His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic, exchanging pleasantries with the former Ashanti Regional Minister, Honorable S.K. Buafo. And of course, the Deputy Ashanti Regional Minister, Honorable Elizabeth Ajima. Honorable Akufo-Addo is also with us here. Same way, the Minister of Trade and Industry, Honorable Alan Kojo Shrematin. Shall we all rise for the presence of His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. We are witnessing the arrival of His Excellency the President, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, exchanging pleasantries with ministers of states, former members of parliament, and government officials, including the Honorable Minister of Communication, Honorable Esla Akufo. His Excellency exchanging pleasantries with the CEO of Maslog, Mr. Stephen Amoa. Shall we give it up to His Excellency the President? A round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Shall we all take our seats? Thank you very much. We need some silence here. Thank you so much. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic, Alhaji Dr. M.Bawumia, Ministers of State, Members of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, prospective nation builders, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and privilege to be here to be part of the official launch of Nation Builders Corps. Mr. President, we would like to say a big thank you for this initiative aimed at transforming our public and private sector and giving jobs and meaningful life to the teeming unemployed graduates. Mr. President, together with the Vice President, we say thank you for this initiative and other flagship initiatives that is bringing prosperity and enhancing our economic growth. My name is Kwame Adinkra, Abusia FM, EIB brand. And those of you listening to us and watching us live on GTV, the station of the nation, GTV Govern, that's the station of the Republic, UTV, Joy News, and of course GH1. We'd like to welcome you here at the Great Hall at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology for another flagship program, Nation Builders Corps. At this point in time, I'd like to invite the KNUST chaplain, Reverend Dr. Peter Ademensa, to give us the opening prayer. Shall we put our hands together for Rev?
May I respectfully invite you to rise for the opening prayer. Almighty God, giver of all good gifts, the gift of a new day always gives us the opportunity to offer you thanks and praise. We thank you for the gift of this day. We thank you for the gift of our lives. From time immemorial, you have chosen men and women as leaders for service to your people. We thank you for the lives of our president, our vice president, ministers, and all those who are supporting our president in executing the work you have entrusted to him. Today, we remember workers, May Day. We have gathered here this morning to offer you thanks, to offer you praise for all that you have enabled workers to do for this country. We thank you for bringing us from far and near. We are here purposely, Lord, because of the vision that you have given to our president in launching the Nation Builders Corps. We believe that without you we can do nothing, so we pray that you let your presence abide with us. Help us to have a successful launch, a launch that will go a long way to bring employment to your sons and daughters, so that they too in their own ways will help in building this nation and moving this nation forward. This and many more we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Shall we take our seats? Thank you very much. The KNUST chaplain, Reverend Dr. Peter Ademensa. We thank you so much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, his name actually resonates anytime that we talk of innovation and creativity. Over the past 1.5 years, Ghana has been the toast, and Ghana is initiating several policies that has become such a story that other countries are emulating. He's a man who resonates in the minds of everybody in Ghana. He has been in the political industry for well over 40 years. Today, we are most grateful to have the #1 gentleman of the Republic, the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, the President of the Republic, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for the importance of this initiative to bring home over 100,000 jobs to the teeming unemployed graduates in Ghana, he designed, strategized, and anytime that he picks up the microphone, everybody knows that yes, something good is coming to Ghana. The Vice President of the Republic, His Excellency, Dr. Alhaji M.Bawumia. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Minister of Employment and Labor Relations, Honorable Ignatius Bafo-Awuah. He is a senior minister. The only signboard left for the senior minister is in Nkwanta. The last time that I passed by, I saw Osiadeyo billboard in Nkwanta. I think I have to go and polish the colors. But he's a senior minister, a former MP, and now the senior minister is most adorable governance. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Yao, Osafu Mafo, Osiadeyo. He has distinguished himself in the field of finance, in the field of trade and industry. Graciously, he is the Minister of Trade and Industry, Honorable John Kojo Shawati. She represents women and children. Matters affecting women and children, they are so close to her heart. And we are most grateful for her presence here. Honorable Otiko Fisa Jaba. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I also like to acknowledge the presence of one of the hard-working party men of the New Patriotic Party. He's the acting National General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Mr. John Boadu, JB for short. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, he's a man that adores so much. He blends tradition with integrity. He blends wisdom and pleasantries all together. He's a fine gentleman. He's the Mahine of Joabin traditional area. He's the chairman of the Council of State, Nana Otuo Sribo. One of the hard-working ministers. He's a personal friend, a father. And he's like, Mr. President, I'd like to borrow one of the accolades of yours. He is incorrectible. He's somebody indeed who's accessible. Ever since he came into the Ashanti region, he has done so much for the region. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Ashanti Regional Minister, Honorable Simon Osei-Mensah. Not too long ago, last Saturday, he was crowned as the overall best minister for 2017-2018. He's an honorable member of parliament for Manishia South. He is the face of free senior education. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Honorable Minister of Education, Honorable Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, the Minister of Education. Your Excellencies, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Reverend Professor Charles Ansah, is the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. And again, the Chairman of the Council of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Emeritus Professor Kwame Sapon. They say you save the last, you save the best for the last. She is a distinguished legal practitioner. She is vocal. She is eloquent. Above all, she is principled and beautiful. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Minister of Communication, Honorable Esla Akufo. I'd like to invite Ashanti Regional Minister, Honorable Simon Osei-Mensah, to give us the welcome address. Shall we give it up to the Honorable Ashanti Regional Minister?
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Your Excellency, the Vice President, Alhaji Dr. M.Bawumia, Omahini of Joabin traditional area, and also the Chairman of Council of State, Nana Utu Srebo, honorable ministers and deputy ministers here present, distinguished invited guests, I deem it a great privilege to be called upon this morning to give the welcome address. The people of Ashanti region, I highly appreciative to the President and the government for launching this noble program here in Kumasi, the capital of the Ashanti region. Your Excellency, we have hosted several national programs since your government came to power in 2017. And we are highly appreciative of that. And we always ask for more of such programs to boost the image of Ashanti region and the economy of the people within the region. I take this opportunity to welcome you all to Kumasi, to the Great Hall, to Ashanti Kingdom, and I pray that this launch will be a success and it will be the pace-setter for great things to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Ashanti Regional Minister, Honorable Simon Osei Mensah. And I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Governor of the Ashanti region, the Ashanti Regional Chairman, still maintain Chairman Wuntumi. Thank you very much. I've seen some familiar faces here as we go along. Out of no particular order, I will acknowledge the presence of our personalities here. But I'd like to invite the Honorable Minister of Employment and Labor Relations, Honorable Ignatius Bafua-Wua, for an introductory remarks. Put your hands together once again.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Alhaji Dr. M.Bawumia, the Chairman of the Council of State, Nana Otuo Srebo, Senior Minister, colleague Honorable Ministers of State, colleague Honorable Members of Parliament, the Honorable Ashanti Regional Minister, Honorable Deputy Ministers here present, and MMDC is here present, the Chancellor, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the same institute, Secretary General of TUC, Secretary of the Great New Patriotic Party, distinguished invited guests, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor for me to welcome you to the launch of your flagship program, the Nation Builders Corps, which Your Excellency, you are gracing and coming to commission it yourself. What is more fascinating is the fact that the launch of this program is coming off on a day dedicated to workers across the length and breadth of the country. This is no coincidence, but signifies the huge importance your government attaches to issues of job creation and decent work. Mr. President, you will agree with me that youth unemployment has become one of the most critical challenges of our national life today. And if you zero in on graduate unemployment, it's even worse. Without doubt, the urgency to create jobs for the teeming graduates has become paramount, considering the fact that less than 10% of graduates that find jobs after their national service. according to a study conducted by the Institute of Statistical, Social, and Economic Research. The research further revealed that it takes up to 10 years for a large number of graduates to secure decent employment even after national service. Mr. President, according to the Labor Force Survey conducted by the Ghana Statistical Service in 2015 and which was launched in 2017, unemployment rates in Ghana as of 2015 stood at 11.9% of the labor force. The survey further indicates that 25% of the unemployed are within the youth category, and that about 11.7% of jobs are even underemployed. This confirms the ESA report I alluded to earlier, that is, unemployment is highest among school leavers, especially in their early years after national service. Mr. President, the emergence of NABCO, therefore, cannot be more timely and accurate as it addresses the frustration, confusion, lack of hope, and direction for our youth. Therefore, your intervention is more apt and appropriate. More importantly, I wish to seize this opportunity to commend you and your able team for this initiative. Mr. President, the good news is that your government has made significant strides in addressing the unemployment situation in Ghana. Between January 2017 and March 2018, Mr. President, your government has facilitated the creation of 1,096,404 jobs in both the public and private sectors through various interventions. Mr. President, for the purposes of the press, I want to repeat this. That, Mr. President, your government, between 2017 and March 2018, has facilitated the creation of 1,096,404 jobs. And this happened within the formal economy. So what happened within the informal economy is not even accounted for here. Mr. President, I once again want to congratulate you for this initiative, and I want to believe that if there is any single intervention which addresses the school-to-work transition in our country, we can't have any better program than NABCO. Thank you. Before I assume my seat, the details of the jobs created is here with me. The press can take copies and make it available to the public. Thank you.
Another round of applause for the Honorable Minister of Employment and Labor Relations, Honorable Ignatius Bafuewa. Thank you so much. And very much for your presence here. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we need to find out what is it about when we talk about NABCO. And I'm inviting the 2016 parliamentary candidate for the Tamale Central constituency. Is presently a presidential staffer and a technical advisor to the Vice President, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. M.Bawumia, He's a specialist in education and developmental issues. He has actually led the team of NABCO, and they have done extensive research. I'd like to invite Dr. Ibrahim Anyaz for a small presentation of NABCO.
It's a major government initiative targeted at addressing the current problems we have within the graduate unemployment sector. The scheme is meant to be a voluntary scheme targeted at those who are actively seeking employment in both the private and in the public sector. It's a major distinguishing its major distinguishing feature or element would be its concentration on addressing the growing phenomenon of unemployment among exiters from tertiary institutions. Under the scheme, the target is to recruit 100,000 graduates who are supposed to be trained and deployed in different public and private institutions with the ultimate aim of making sure that we improve the performance of certain public sectors, and some of those would be named shortly. In listening to the Minister for Employment, he laid out the landscape of employment or unemployment in the country, and in particular reference to the statistics from ISE. That offers a very good justification for why NABCO is here with us today. Government recognizes the challenge and the burden of unemployment, in particular the risk that poses in terms of our national security setup, and then the levels of dignity and sometimes the disillusionment among the people that are unemployed. And this is a very good basis on which to be able to launch a scheme to help with those that are struggling from the transition from the academic world to the world of work. So what is going to happen under NABCO? And we're looking at the areas, for example, that suggest that jobs can be delivered to be able to absorb the 100,000 graduates. So what are the modules that will deliver the jobs, the 7 modules? We're looking at the area of civic, which is a governance module, then revenue, which is very critical to our developmental efforts. We have Enterprise Ghana, which is targeted at the private sector in particular. Educate Ghana, very critical to doing something about the educational sector. Heal Ghana, very critical to the health delivery system. Undergo some kind of digital transformation, and Digitized Ghana is aimed at making that a possibility. So I would explain each of the modules. Educate Ghana will offer significant workforce resource to our current high school system. We're not talking about teaching, we're looking at all the important areas that affect the livelihoods of youngsters while they are on our campuses. In particular, you can look at some of the profile jobs that include the nursing or sick bay, the ICT, which is the information technology and science laboratories, the library system, the guidance and counseling units, and more especially things to do with activity and agility, which is sports and physical education, which is important to youngsters. Also highlighted the attempts to give some kind of support to the kindergarten and early years because of the mainstreaming of the early years to the basic education system. as well as the emphasis on the STEM, which is the science, technology, engineering, and then also mathematics. And all these will be areas that we consider to be delivering on the jobs agenda under the Nation Builders Call. Now, what is significant is that for most of those that will be on this scheme, further training would allow them to be able to think about the sort of areas that they're deployed in order to function effectively and deliver efficiency in those sectors. Under the Heal Ghana module, an opportunity for graduates with some kind of healthcare background would then present the nation with an opportunity in areas such as midwifery, the medical laboratory technicians, the pharmacy technicians, and all other areas that are deemed in the community health nursing and preventive health, and also to things to do with the environment. And we believe that what is key is that for those that acquire hands-on sort of skills, it's important to put those skills to practice because this aids competence in terms of your professional integrity. The other modules on this have to do with the area of agriculture. Under Feed Ghana, the attempt would be to make sure that for those graduates that come from some kind of agricultural background, they will be deployed to assist in offering some kind of assistance to not only the flagship initiative under the Planting for Food and Jobs, but there are significant areas within the agricultural sector that they can play a very important role. In particular, we can look at the mechanization and engineering aspect, the extensive assistance. Currently, they attempt to get a lot of database in terms of the census, so agri statistics assistance, some things to do with the chemical inspectors, seed and fertilizers, vet assistance, data assistance, as well as assistantship within the agric and farm research institutes. And all these are areas that the module would intend to deploy some of the 100,000 people in the talent pool. Now, Civic Ghana is our governance module, and governance, we all recognize, is critical to our survival, and the intent would be to sort of enhance the delivery on the core mandate of some institutions, constitutional mandate of some institutions of state. And the way to enhance this is to utilize the talent from within the pool to make sure that they are able to support in areas such as the development efforts at the constituency and the local authorities. We will have civic officers who would have attention paid to tourism development, local government assistance in relation to the IT officers, and also a watchdog kind of activity to make sure that within the call centers and the Civic Ghana, they are able to deliver certain service in terms of the efficiency of certain public services. Revenue Ghana, Your Excellency, Mr. President, this is critical to most of the things that we intend to do in the country. For a lot of the flagship initiatives would have to be able to match the expenditure to the revenue, and so there is an intent to do something about broadening the revenue base. And Revenue Ghana intends to utilize the talent pool that we have within the country to be able to support the Ghana Revenue Authority to deliver on this. Now, it's very interesting, some of the profiled jobs under the Revenue Ghana. Currently, there is an ongoing campaign on tinning everyone, tax identification numbers within the GRA, and that is becoming something that we all have to engage with, as well as other tax campaigns, tax education, borders and customs, local authority engagement and liaison to improve the revenue base of those local authorities, and also things to do with the taxation in the property area. Your Excellencies, the other areas that we've looked at in relation to the modules is the Digitized Ghana. Now, digitization is a process that will deliver a lot of efficiency in our country. And currently, there are a lot of flagship initiatives, in particular, things to do with the national identification, the attempt to digitize all the legacy documents and the land administration, the birth records digitization, as well as attempts to digitize records within the Registrar General so that we have a proper database to deal with the issues within the archival space. And the intent would be to utilize the talent pool to assist in the delivery of these services. Enterprise Ghana is critical to the survival of most of the schemes that we have looked at in the private sector. Now, government currently, under the flagship initiative of the One District, One Factory, the stimulus package under the Ministry of Trade and Industry, would gain some kind of comprehensive support in relation to workforce solution to support the delivery of these particular schemes. And these are the sort of modules that would deliver on the 100,000 jobs that the NABCO trainees are supposed to be exposed to. Now, who qualifies to be on this? There are 7 modules, and those are modules that people can relate to in terms of their base qualification if they are a degree or a diploma holder, which is what this is targeted to. It's open to all Ghanaians, but you must have discharged your national service obligation. And of course, you must have a diploma or a degree because it's targeted at tertiary institutions. Then what happens? The recruitment process. Upon the launch, His Excellency, the President would lead us through that, and upon the launch, we'll go through these processes. There will be an online portal to log all applications, and then a validation process would take place at the district offices, including an interview. Then, subsequently, a date will be fixed to train all the people that have been selected, and then we have placement onto the 7 modules that were outlined earlier on. Then what happens after 3 years? Well, we hope that there will be some kind of monitoring during the period of the 3 years because this is key to the survival of the scheme. We intend to use digital or some kind of technology to assist with this. The other way to look at it is the collaboration with implementing agencies to deliver on a very secure monitoring by having a physical presence at the locations that NABCO trainees have been deployed. In terms of evaluation, there are certain standards that have been set, and we intend to evaluate against those standards, just so that by the time the trainees exit the scheme, they have some kind of skill that they have acquired in training, validated by institutions such as the COTVET, to make sure that they can use that for further learning as well. So what happens after 3 years? Some exit arrangements. NABCO trainees will be provided with some kind of transition program in the very final 6 months of the scheme, and that will cover areas to do with their interest on where they would want to see themselves in the future in terms of clearer pathways in their career choices. Number 1 would look at retention issues in the area that they had been deployed to work for 3 years. They may seek employment elsewhere because they've acquired employable skills and they are now work ready to be deployed or seek employment elsewhere themselves. Some may pursue the enterprise route, which has to do with entrepreneurship and starting up their own businesses, in which case we also have institutions of state, such as the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Plan, to assist with this. 100,000 graduates, there is a chance that the degree and diploma holders, some may transition into further learning, and we find that to be equally important in terms of further developing the skills that they have acquired. Your Excellency, Mr. President, that is in sum what the Nation Builders Corps is, and I thank you all very much for listening to this.
Another round of applause for that wonderful presentation. Dr. Nyas, thank you so much. Now you Revenue Ghana, Digitized Ghana, maybe in the years ahead, you can highlight Ghana too. I am more passionate about music, so you can highlight Ghana for us. Who actually qualifies? Hello? Hello? Who actually qualifies is something that you have explained. I got a message that Adiza Pioneer, He is in charge of Kaya. We appreciate your presence here. President has a comprehensive policy for Kaya, but today it's not a day for Kaya. It's a day for TV graduates. So, Adiza, we thank you very much for your presence. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I acknowledge the presence of one of the old politicians in the country, Honorable Kwamena Bates. I remember when he was in Parliament, he mentioned that every MP should have a backyard garden, and he was insulted across the country. Today we have planting for food and jobs under the initiative of His Excellency the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. I believe that you are now happy for the planting for food and jobs. Your Excellency, it's time for the formal launch of the Nation Builders Call. And his name, as I indicated earlier on, resonates with creativity, innovation. He's a design thinker. He solves problems. He believes in Ghana. He is the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the President of the Republic of the Nation, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Vice President, Mr. Vice President, the Chairperson and members of the Council of State, Ashanti Regional Minister, Senior Minister, Minister for Education, Minister for Employment and Labor Relations, Minister for Trade and Industry, Ministers of State, the National Security Advisor, Deputy Ashanti Regional Minister of State, Deputy Ministers of State, Kumasi Metropolitan Chief Executive, Chairperson of the University Council, Pro-Vice Chancellor and members of the faculty, students of the university, esteemed clergy, the non-traditional rulers, fellow Ghanaians, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy you have all been able to join us this morning on what is an important occasion, that is the launch of the Nation Builders Corps, which will employ in this year alone 100,000 young men and women to assist in the public sector service delivery needs of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, the grim story of youth unemployment has been a tragic part of our lives for far too long in Ghana. Data from the renowned Institute of Statistics, Social and Economic Research, ISA, published in March 2017, revealed that only 10% of graduates found jobs after their first year of completing school. and that it takes up to 10 years for a large number of graduates to secure employment. The World Bank's Landscape for Jobs in Ghana report, published in 2016, revealed that about 48% of the youth in the country, that is those who are between the ages of 15 and 24 years, do not have jobs. Indeed, the situation has been worsened by the ban placed on public sector employment by the International Monetary Fund. I believe we all know who and what occasioned that ban. Today, the number of graduates being produced by tertiary institutions has outstripped the number of available job openings. I was alarmed late last year to learn that 250,000 young persons applied to be placed in the Youth Employment Agency's internship model when the available spaces were only 5,000 people. The Ghana Revenue Authority also advertised for various categories of staff. Some 59,951 responded to the advertisement, out of which 20,177 met the requirements, and the available vacancies were 350. It is important that we do things differently if we are going to banish the specter of desperation and restore hope and dignity to our youth. Our ultimate goal as a government is to grow the economy rapidly so that together with the private sector, we will absorb our teeming unemployed youth. That is why I'm using the opportunity offered by the significance of this day, May Day, to launch an initiative which, while lending itself to the symbolic nature of today, will have a positive practical impact on the lives of the citizens of this country. Ladies and gentlemen, in this year's Jumapa budget, I gave an indication that a new employment scheme will be launched to tackle the issue of the growing number of graduates exiting our tertiary institutions with no job placements in sight. This new initiative is the Nation Builders Corps, simply referred to as NABCO. As a scheme, NABCO's central focus would be to create employment avenues and opportunities for young people who hold diplomas or degrees from accredited tertiary institutions. Central to the objectives of this scheme would be to engage the raw talent of our graduates and equip them with skills through a process of value addition and training. It is a widely acknowledged fact that academic qualifications, be it diplomas or degrees, do not always incline a graduate to perform and deliver productive output at the workplace. NABCO will enhance the dignity and self-esteem of our graduates and will also present them with the added benefit of efficiency and effectiveness in the delivery of some essential public services. By the time our NABCO trainees exit the scheme, the requisite work readiness skills and experience, often deemed a barrier to their employment as fresh graduates, would have been resolved. How will NABCO work? NABCO will be the vehicle to deliver 100,000 jobs in 7 prioritized areas, defined as the following modules: Educate Ghana, Heal Ghana, Feed Ghana, Revenue Ghana, Digitized Ghana, Enterprise Ghana, and Civic Ghana. Module qualification and recruitment processes and all the essential criteria, along with detailed information, are all available on the website of NABCO, from where initial applications will be received. The website's address for the receipt of applications and any other information you may need on the scheme is www.nabco.government.gh. After the end of this ceremony, the web portal will be open to begin receiving applications from graduates as long as they are citizens of this country and have duly discharged their national service obligations. There are no charges or costs and no paper application forms to fill. Everything is being done online and on the website of NABCO. This will optimize efficiency in the processing of applications, as well as afford the opportunity for checking with other available national databases to prevent fraud. With the application processes closing on 1st June 2018, it is expected that by 1st July, selected applicants will become this country's first NABCO trainees. Who will receive training and will be deployed to commence their work by 1st August 2018. For the attainment of equity and fairness, every constituency has a stated allocation out of the 100,000 placements. This has been worked out based on a weighting formula, thus ensuring all constituencies, large or small, adequate representation. With the ultimate aim being to help guarantee employability of these graduates, placements would last for a period of 3 years, earning them a stipend of 700 Ghana cedis every month. This is a modest but important beginning towards the restoration of their dignity. Beneficiaries will also receive continuous skills training and retraining on the job, both to equip and guide their future career paths. The security offered by this graduate employment scheme implies that graduates have sufficient time to make prudent choices on their future entry onto the labor market, on potential interests of starting businesses and entrepreneurship, and even on definitive clarity on further learning options, guided by experiences and the benefit of exposure to the world of work. NABCO is placing particular emphasis on some essential core values that are key to building and transforming a nation, and which will be imparted to beneficiaries. Values such as integrity, professionalism, hard work, patriotism, and good customer relations are deemed crucial for any nation to achieve significant output from the productive efforts of its workforce. In establishing performance indicators and standards for NABCO trainees, the scheme will deliberately target evaluative efforts on them to ensure the trainees exit comprehensively preferred for the labor market. Ladies and gentlemen, I hear you asking, what is going to be done about persons who do not have diplomas or degrees? The answer is this. NABCO is freeing up the Youth Employment Agency, YEA, of the burden of dealing with everything to do with employment amongst the youth, especially graduates. NABCO is granting YEA extra absorptive capacity to concentrate on non-graduates. YEA will also recruit 80,000 non-graduates this year. Whilst NABCO commences recruitment of 100,000 graduates. Government's commitment to job creation will not end here, but will be accelerated through the implementation of our flagship programs of One District, One Factory, One Village, One Dam, and the program for planting for food and jobs. We're also creating an enabling economic environment for the private sector to thrive, which will drive in investment, foreign and domestic, and thereby help create jobs. I thank my brilliant, hard-working Vice President, Alhaji Dr. M.Bawumia, who has led this effort tirelessly, and all those who contributed immeasurably to making this day possible. To all our young graduates who qualify to enter this scheme, NABCO is yours. Own it and help something meaningful and fulfillment happen for yourselves and for your country. Be proud to say, I am a nation builder. And this country will be thankful to you too for rising up to the challenge. I believe very strongly that Ghana is in the cusp of a bold new beginning, which will repudiate the recent culture of failure. Accordingly, I declare the Nation Builders Corps, NABCO, duly launched. Once again, for the receipt of applications and any other information you may need on the scheme is www.nabco.gov.gh. I repeat, www.nabco.gov.gh. I wish you all a happy May Day celebration. May God bless us all in our homeland Ghana and make our great prosperity. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. We wish to keep him here for a little while, but His Excellency, the President had an assignment, and of course, a very big news for the workers of Ghana as we celebrate the May Day today. So, Your Excellency, we thank you so much for your presence here. We thank you for this laudable initiative to bring jobs to our unemployed graduates, to bring meaningful life to the people of Ghana, bring prosperity, and of course, something that we can hand on for a very long time. Your Excellency, thank you very much. Well, at this point in time, I would like to invite a personality to give us the closing prayer. But we are all going to the Baba Yara Sports Stadium from here, where the President has a big news, a very productive one for the workers of Ghana. Meanwhile, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the National Youth Authority, CEO Mr. Emmanuel Sigri, of course, the Honorable MP for Ofinso South, Honorable Ben Abdallah, and my sweet mom, Mrs. Georgina Kusi, a member of the Council of State. Thank you very much for your presence here. Professor Charles Mafo, we thank you so much for also being here with us. I'd like to invite a senior lecturer at the Department of Electronics and Electricals, Dr. Abdul Rahman, for the closing prayer. Shall we give a round of applause to the senior lecturer, Dr. Abdul Rahman.
In the name of Allah, we begin. Allah, besides whom there is no other gods. We end this program acknowledging that all praises and gratitude are due to Allah, praises that are in accordance with His own majesty and grandeur, and gratitude that is in consonance with His favors and bounties upon us and upon our leaders and upon our nation, Ghana. O Allah, we pray that you envelop our dear country and our leaders in your love and mercy, and make our departure from here one free from sorrows and wretchedness. We pray for traveling mercies for our leaders and for all those who have traveled far and near to support this program. O Allah, continue to guide the steps of our leaders and officials of our national agencies, so that the planning and implementation of the nation's Builders Corps will be a great success to the glory of your name. May this initiative be the beginning of better days to come for the citizens of our country. We beseech you, O Allah, that we may not, as a nation, depart from your ways, lest your wrath may descend upon us as it did on the people of yore. O Allah, continue to bless our leaders, our President, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and his Vice, Alhaji Dr. M.Bawumia, Your Excellencies, their families, and all state officials. Guide their vision and grant them success in all their endeavors. Allahumma ja'al tafarruqna min ba'di hadha al-ijtima'i tafarruqan ma'suma wa la taj'al fina shakiyyan wa la mahruma. Rabbana atina min ladunka rahma wa hayyi' lana min amrina rashada. Allahumma anta bihawaijina alim wa ala qada'iha qadir. فاقض لنا هوائجنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم آمنا في أوطاننا غانا. اللهم أنزل على دولتنا هذا بركات منك ورحمة يا أرحم الراحمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصل اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. سبحان ربك رب العزة أما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic. We are now heading to the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, where the President will give an address to the teaming workers of the country. Thank you so much, Mr. President, and thank you very much, the Vice President. We wish you all the best. Happy holiday.